All right, number 14. A laundry service is buying detergent and fabric softener from its supplier. The supplier will deliver no more than 300 pounds in a shipment. Each container of detergent weighs 7.35 pounds. Each container of fabric softener weighs 6.2 pounds. The service wants to buy at least twice as many container of detergent as container of fabric softener. Let D represent number container of detergent and S represent number container of fabric softener, where D and S are non-negative integers. Which of the following system inequality best represents this situation? All right. So it's a long word problem. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to write out two inequality to represent the word problem here. So we don't necessarily have to solve for them. Okay, we just have to come up with the right inequality. All right, so first thing is that the total weight for the shipment cannot go over 300. Right, so the supplier will deliver no more than 300 pounds. So the total weight had to be less than or equal to 300 because no more than, right? It can't be bigger than 300. So it had to be smaller than or equal to 300. Okay, so how do we represent the total weight here? We know for each container of detergent, 7.35 pounds. And how many container do we have? We have D number of containers of detergent, right? So to solve for total weight there, we have to do 7.35 times D. That would be the total weight for detergent. And then the softener is 6.2 for each one, right? And we have how many containers of softener? We have S number, right? So the total weight for all the softeners will be 6.2 times S. And then the total weight have to be less than or equal to the weight limit, which is 300. Okay, so it'd be 7.35D plus 6.2S less than or equal to 300. And that should be our first inequality. Okay, which is, we have that in the answer choice A or B, right? Okay, so not C, not D. Okay. And then the second inequality, a little bit tricky. Okay, so the second inequality had to come from this sentence. The service wants to buy at least twice as many container of detergent as container of fabric softeners. Okay, so we had to have at least twice, right, of detergents as fabric softener. Okay, so then the number of detergents should be twice the number of softeners, right? Okay, so to translate that into like an equation, right? So is that the detergent number detergent D had to be at least, right? At least what? So at least is greater than or equal to. Yeah, D had to be at least twice the number of softeners. So it'd be 2 times S on this side. All right, so D had to be greater than or equal to 2 times S. So the number of detergent had to be at least twice the number of softener. Okay, so D is greater than 2 times S, which will make it answer choice A, because that's the one that has that. Okay, so I have to be very careful here. So think about this. So D, we buy twice of detergent compared to softener, right? So the amount of detergent should be at least double, right? So D is a bigger number, right? So if you think about the number of containers for detergent, should be double the number of softeners. So S is a smaller number, right? So to write it as an inequality, we do 2 times S, that will equal to D, right? So let's just think about if they're equal, right? Let's just say if we have like 5 softeners, right, then how many detergent we should have? We had to have 10, right? So that 10 will equal to 2 times 5, right? So since D is a bigger number, the 2, when we multiply by 2, you have to multiply to the smaller number. Okay, so D is equal to 2 times S, or in this case is at least, so it'll be greater than or equal to 2 times S. Okay, so the 2 had to go with the smaller number. Okay, not the D. Okay, yeah, so if it pick out some real numbers helps, and then you can use some actual number to help it think about this. Okay, so for number 14, the best answer here is letter A.